New York nurses are once again sounding the alarm over staffing shortages in hospitals. A safe staffing law was passed to fix the problem, but they claim it's not being enforced. CBS 6's Brianna Supardi joins us in the studio live now. Bri, what exactly are they demanding?
Lara, they say they want to see the State Department of Health better enforce the state's safe staffing law. It was passed in 2021 to set mandatory staffing requirements in hospitals and nursing homes. But despite the law, nurses say they're still stretched too thin and they want the state to step up.
DOH, do your job! Do your job!
A familiar scene at the state capitol. Union nurses rallying, demanding safe staffing. It's a fight they've taken on year after year. But despite laws meant to fix the issue, they say nothing has changed. Last month, the New York State Nurses Association released a Department of Health report that details nearly 500 staffing violations at Albany Medical Center. The hospital was required to submit corrective plans.
The safe staffing law does not do enough to provide for safe staffing in the hospitals. And there's not really any enforcement within the law that holds the hospitals accountable.
Passed in 2021, the safe staffing law set minimum nurse-to-patient ratios in hospitals and requires staffing committees to create and enforce annual staffing plans. But nurses across New York State say hospitals aren't complying. Assemblyman Angelo Santa Barbara, who sponsored the bill in the Assembly, says the DOH needs to do a better job enforcing the law.
This is what they're asking for. So if there is further legislation that we need to introduce, maybe that will happen as a result of this.
What do you think that legislation would look like?
It would look like enforcing, so basically legislation would force the Department of Health to do their job, put it into law, put it into statute. Maybe further legislation requiring hospitals to do what they're supposed to do. It can come in a number of different ways, but the point is if we need to take further action.
I reached out to the Department of Health for their response on these enforcement concerns, but I have not yet heard back. Albany Med and NYSNA have been in contract negotiations for more than a year. A spokesperson with the hospital said that the hospital hired more than 300 nurses last year and that the RN turnover rate is 3% less than the national average. Reporting live in the studio, Brianna Supardi, CBS 6 News. Lara.